Thank you for waking up with Be Sweet, y'all, where we come together to learn how to be sweet to ourselves and to others and to make the world really a sweeter place to live in. And one of the people that I know that for sure, bar none, makes that happen is Ron Sharpe.
Good morning.
Okay, I'm gonna use some adjectives to describe you. I love adjectives. It's something Hugh and I used to do, so it's something I like to do with people. Okay, you are very kind. Very kind. You're a hard worker.
I am.
You're ambitious in the right direction. Okay. You're a loving family man.
I am.
You are energetic.
I am.
I think you're just catching your stride.
Well, and all of that, just give God the glory.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I'm blessed to get to do what I do.
I know, because you know what you do? You serve others. And that's what we're going to talk about, because I have found that in my life, that more I give my life of service to God and his kids, my life gets fuller and fuller and fuller with all the right things.
Absolutely.
And the other things kind of fade away.
Brings joy.
Yeah. So you are I know you're the Ark of the Bay dude, but what is your actual title at Ark of the Bay?
The president and CEO.
Okay.
But I always know that, look, I'm just there. I am blessed with an amazing team.
Yeah.
I'm blessed with an amazing support team. And we really do. Everyone on my team will tell you that it's a privilege and honor to serve those that we serve. And we serve individuals with different abilities. And we just try to be the voice that they may not have.
I like you said different abilities. I love that. I'm an special ed teacher.
I know. I remember.
So I started teaching special ed right when I graduated from college, when I was older. And, you know, sadly realized as I was doing it without any child support that it was not enough income to support my family. But I loved it.
Sure. I know you did.
At one time, I taught the regular kids, when I'm the kids without the special needs. And to be honest, it was so boring to me. I was like, you know, anybody can do this. They don't need me. So I really felt led to work with the kids with the differing abilities. And one thing that I found, and I wonder if you noticed this, oh my gosh, are they sweetest?
Oh my gosh.
I could just cry. They just absolutely, they just want to hold your hand. They just want to hug you. They just want to tell you sweet things. They're not complaining.
Nope. They just want to be respected and treated just like you and I. You know, I mean, we take things for granted, right? They just want to be loved. They just also want to be given an opportunity.
Yeah.
To serve, to play, to get on that the catwalk.
Yeah.
You know, for the fashion show.
That is so cool. This is the 10th annual. That's one of the reasons I called you. I called Ron at the last minute. God love you. And said, Ron, wait a minute, you need to come on and the podcast because we need to talk about the fashion show. So you do a Kohl, it's a 10th annual fashion show.
Yes, Kohl's charity fashion show, where our students, clients become models. We teach person-centered planning. As you can imagine, growing up, hey, we already got your clothes picked out. This is what you're going to eat. Everything's picked out.
Treat them like little babies.
Yeah.
We shouldn't.
Matter of fact, I just posted a reel this morning. They go to Kohl's. They pick out 2 outfits. You know, so we do 2 shows. And they hit that runway. And what's really a joy and gets all pumped up is that sometimes they're shy, timid, whatever the case may be. But when they hit that runway, they get cocky, they get strutting, the crowd just cheers them on, and they just flourish. Their personalities just come out. And I have people texting me, calling me the night of, during the show, after the next day, saying, my face is sore from smiling so much. My hands are sore from clapping.
Yeah.
It's just that night. It's beyond words to really, truly.
It is. I'll tell you, the first time I went, and I've got to figure out, I think I'm going to call Jody. I'm going to get in on the 25th. I've got a book signing that day and book launch the day before, but I'm still trying to figure out how to get in there that night. But when I was there,
You're going to be my guest.
Thank you. Okay. I have never laughed and cried so much in my entire life at the same time.
So get this. We have a lot of God moments. Every moment is a God moment. Every moment is a God moment. But here's the deal. I had Steve Sutherland. He is he is a hoot. He knows how to connect with our folks. So, I mean, he just cuts up with them the whole time, the whole night. And one of my pastors, Craig Carter, Len Heavy Methodist Church, he's retired now.
Yeah.
He said, Ron, he says, I just had a funeral that I went the day before with Steve. And to see him at this funeral and then now to see him tonight doing what he's doing, and it's such a joy. It really, really is.
Well, one thing that I love, and you talk about them being ham bones, I mean, you literally, I'm telling you, if you've not been to this thing, y'all, you'll never laugh and cry so much in your life. And you know what you'll also do? You'll never walk away more grateful than ever in your life.
Absolutely.
It is, you cannot complain when you see people. And the thing about it is, I believe a lot of the children or the adults, they may not even know as much their differences as even their parents do.
Exactly.
So it's such a special thing for parents who have children like this to figure out how to live in the world and to give them everything they need. And I think God just gives a special spirit to those parents. You know, he really does.
I got to tell you, I look and I know, and I think I'm strong. I don't know how some parents do what they do. I mean, caregiving's tough. It's challenging. And to, God bless them.
And to being a regular parent is hard enough.
I know. And because you want to do things for them, you want to do everything, and that's what I love about our agency. Is it's easy to say we teach life skills, job skills to help them lead a more independent, productive life, but it's more than that. It's letting them know that first of all they have a right. We talk about rights. They have a right to be a part of our everyday life.
Absolutely, 100%. And all God's kids.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, it's just, as I said, shared with you earlier, it truly is a privilege and an honor to be able to serve the individuals that we get a chance to work with. And I will tell you one thing is that when you've been working with an individual and you connect, and then you get out of their way, and just see them growing. It's just like, bam, that's the calling. That is what you're doing, what the Lord wants you and needs you to do.
You've given them a foundation.
Exactly.
We'll tell everybody so everybody knows the Kohl Fashion Show, and this is the 10th year, and tell everybody when that is, what time it is, how people can get involved at this late date.
Okay. It's at Edgewater Beach Resort Conference Center. It is July the 25th. It's one day before the ADA Act, which I believe will be the 36th year this year. The doors open at 5, which means the cash bar and silent auction. We're doing it digitally, electronic, so we're really excited about how that's going to play out on silent auction. We have live auction. Jimmy Thorpe with A Superior Mechanical is back on with a $15,000 air conditioned installed
That's
as a live
awesome.
auction. We have a condo for 1 week that's going to be auctioned off.
Oh, wow.
We've got some guns from C&G Sporting Goods that's going to be live auctioned off. And then we have tons of silent auction items. Now, you can go to our website at www.bayarc.org. You can purchase tickets there. It's $100 a piece. And we still have closing down actually today because we got to go to get to the printer, table sponsorships. And they vary based on the sponsorship level, from an entry level of $850 for 8 seats to our stylish sapphire tables, $1,250, and then it goes up from there. But we are looking still for silent auction items. We will close that out on a week from today, the 15th. Still ways to get involved. You can call me. 850-381-7804. We'll connect. Whatever you can give, we'll appreciate anything and all things. And we also try to keep it to where the variable price points, if you will. We do a spin the wheel. So if we had a $10 Granny Cantrells, for example, we put it on the spin the wheel. So we try to get everybody goes home a winner.
Okay,
so you don't have to spend a ton of money. You can still have fun and still make a donation, support our cause.
And tickets are $100, and so you don't have to have a table.
No, you don't have a table.
You can call and get a ticket.
Yeah.
Okay,
we can
great.
put you in a table and get it squared. So we got open seating. It is our largest fundraiser. It's our 10th. I'll never forget the first year we didn't know what we were doing, somehow raised $275 on our own campus. And then God has continued to provide and blossom. And we have so many company. We do. You know this. We live in the most caring and giving community. So when I reach out to companies, they're automatically back in. And yet, even during this challenging economy, we picked up now $12,000 more than last year. And that is a blessing.
Wonderful. That's amazing.
Yeah. So, we got the minimum wage going up. We can get into a little bit more about some of the challenges that we face.
Cool. Thank you. So this is a good time to break for my sponsors because when I started doing my new format 2 years ago,
wow,
I'm positive. I've been doing the podcast since 2020, since COVID, but from a daily podcast to now a weekly podcast, and started, I think, November of 2024. That's so hard to imagine. But I had a couple of sponsors, and now I have 13 sponsors that sponsor this podcast so I can get out to people.
You're doing something right.
Isn't that amazing? God is blessing me.
Absolutely.
Because I'm just grateful. I'm super grateful. Pepsi, Buffalo Rock Pepsi, they are so sweet. And I want to say something that I've never said before. If you're a business out there and you have the other product, starts with a C, and you would like to sit down with my partners at Pepsi, they would love to buy you lunch or dinner and see if you would rather make the switch to Pepsi, okay? And I would even get my son out there doing flips if you flip to Pepsi.
Can I say anything about Pepsi?
Please do.
Jeremy Byers.
Oh, love him.
Oh, my gosh.
Love him.
He joined our board, and he has to hit the ground running. I mean, here's the thing. He already knows what
he has a family member that has
and but he also
difficulties.
knows what it means to be on the board of directors. He has hit the ground. He has gotten silent auction items. They bought a table, but he also gives back to this community, not just to us, but to so many others in this community. Just a quality individual, and Pepsi's pretty good.
Yeah, I love it. And what I love about Buffalo Rock, they've been so good to me. They've so good to me. They didn't sign up with me because they thought, oh, maybe Karen can get us more sales and stuff. I think they liked my mission.
Yeah.
They liked the mission that I had and that I'm doing, and they get behind that. So I could not be more grateful to Buffalo Rock.
Great.
I have another company. I don't know if you've ever used them before. It's called Holiday Beach Mechanical, and they take care of my plumbing, my electrical, and my air conditioning. They also have a Holiday Beach Rentals, but they do fancy houses.
Okay.
I don't think they even take houses unless they're like $1 million. I mean, they do the fancy stuff, the highbrow stuff.
I got you.
And they have a real estate company too, but we really don't compete with each other. We really kind of enhance each other. They're great. Team Patriot. Have you met Ronnie Grissett yet?
I have not.
Great guy.
Okay.
I bet he would get involved with the ARC.
Cool.
I bet he would. Super guy. He has a thing called Team Patriot. It's a home stewardship program where he comes in and tries to inspect your home to catch problems before they happen, like my water damage.
Yep.
He might have caught that in time for insurance to pay for
Absolutely.
it. So those are just a few people, and I'll mention more of my sponsors later on the show. But I do want to ask you this. I've got one thing that's really impressive that I love, and I know some people who've been through the program, y'all have a culinary program.
We do. We have a culinary program.
Tell me about that.
Real quick, I'm going to go to how we started, and that was Kim Bodine. I don't know if you know her, but she is the director for Career Source all along Gulf County, Franklin County, Bay County. We got a grant for $250,000, $60,000, and when somebody gives you money of that nature, you want to build a sustainable program. So it was a vision that I had. We live at the world's most beautiful beaches. Do the math when it comes to employment. Hospitality, food service industry. So it's right up in the top 5. And I really felt that we could build a program that was unique, strictly designed for the people that we serve. So we have a curriculum. We bought a cookie cutter program. We didn't love it. I mean, we didn't like it. It was just it was a cookie cutter program. So we redesigned, built our own culinary program with, safety, knives. They get their Serve Safe certification. It's hands-on, 3 semesters, which we keep our classes small for intimacy and repetition. So about 18 students a year come through since 2019. And here's what I'm proud of. We've had over 100 students graduate with a 53% employment rate.
Wow.
The national average is 19.
Wow.
And here's the other thing. This is what we believe, because I can get emotional when I really get into the mindset of understanding. If we have an individual with different abilities who voices she voices that they would want to learn about the culinary arts and wants to find, and because we teach life skills too, and cooking is a life skill, but employment, we give everyone an opportunity. We don't single it out and says, okay, well, this individual, the capabilities, they're not going to be out there.
You
They're
don't
not going to
prejudge it. You don't prejudge
they're
it.
not going to be out there 40 hours a week or 25 hours a week. I think about that individual that gets overlooked, that has a voice that's not being answered, and maybe they're only going to be available to work 4 hours, and we have an individual who works 4 hours a week, but it's the best 4 hours of his life, that a small mom and pop company has given him the opportunity to come and wait on tables and be a part of it and earn a paycheck. That's what we're about. So it's our culinary program. It's something that we're very, very proud of. To just know that we're making a difference and giving people the opportunity, like we said earlier, is to, hey, we want to help you be the best that you want to be. What are your goals? Dream-inspired planning.
Oh, I love that. Ooh, I could get after that. Dream-inspired planning. That's kind of how I live.
How do you want to do?
Yeah.
I will tell you, we had a gentleman who wanted to drive an 18-wheeler. It's okay. Hey, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go. So I put out on social media on a Friday afternoon, said, hey, our dream-inspired planning class that we had a gentleman who wants to learn how to drive an 18-wheeler. And I said, if anybody knows anybody, reach out to me. Monday afternoon, we had an 18-wheeler in our parking lot. And let me tell you something. He got in that cab. We weren't able to find a space for him to get behind the wheel, but riding in that cab, and when he came back, it was, grinning ear to ear. I'll never forget one time, our commissioners from Bay County, Griff was one of them.
Yeah.
Robert Carroll were coming through touring our adult day training program, and his name was Lewis. And Lewis was part of our work program. And I asked him, says, well, Lewis, what do you do with your money? He reached in his back pocket. He was country. He reached in his back pocket and he says, I buy me some chew. So let me tell you something, though. But here's the thing. That's what he wanted. He earned that money and he got it from chew.
He got him some chew.
And nobody gave it to him. He earned it. And it was that success story for him.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, helping fulfill dreams and giving them an opportunity to spend their money
on their desires.
That's
awesome.
It is.
That is so darling. That's so darling. One of my agents, and you know this about my company, one of the principles, actually the biggest principle is we live by the only people we have to get even with are those that have helped us. So we're built around service to others.
Right.
And I feel like the profit comes after that.
Absolutely.
I think if you build your life on service to others and abundance for others, then you can't help but be abundant yourself. So I encourage, one of the things I talk to about when people come to Beach Beach, I let them know we are a volunteering company and we expect that you have a servant's heart. And if that's not for you, this may not be the place for you. And I tell them that. Well, I want to tell you, one of my agents, Doug Baldeck, you know Doug, right?
Yep.
Oh my God. He is a hoot. So he does the Miracle League, teaches the kids.
I've been out there pitched one time for him.
Oh my gosh.
It's great.
But I will tell you, I was at one of the events with him, and it was so darling. Several of his kids that were on his baseball team, they just stopped in the middle of the stage and were just waving at him and hollering at him. And he was just sobbing. He was just sobbing, and it was just so lovely. This is what I want to hear our audience to hear, and I cannot say it enough. Right now, like you said, the world has been a real shaky place for about the last 3 years. And I think it's shakier in perception than it is in reality because people are giving in to the shakiness. They're not paying attention to how good the world is.
Absolutely.
They're not paying attention to all the goodness, because I promise there's more goodness. But the way to have goodness in your life is bring goodness in the life of others.
Absolutely.
You can't. It is a miracle. And I challenge people to do it. I challenge you to, if your life is miserable right now, if your life is sad right now, if your life is not abundant right now, throw your life into the service of others. And the people that I believe that really get it is when you take care of the least of these, just like that good man Jesus said,
Exactly.
you will be blown away by what happens in your life.
If you
Blown
ever,
away.
absolutely. If we start consuming and start thinking about ourselves and our struggles and everything else, if you put on a servant heart, it's less of me and more of him. I mean, and that's what the focus should be. I mean, and then when you're serving others and seeing the impact that you're making on their lives, it puts a smile on your face, right? And that's what we're supposed to be doing.
We're made that way.
We're made that
to
way.
serve.
We're supposed to serve.
So I think when we ignore our servant nature, I think we end up squelching all the wonderful things that can happen in our lives. And I know I'm real kind of overzealot about it, but I get excited when I talk about it, but believe in it so much.
Well, it is. But here's the other thing too, is because sometimes we think, well, I can't do much. You can make a phone call. You could call somebody, just say, but I hadn't spoken to this, and hey, I just don't need anything. Just want to tell you I love you. Can I help you today?
Made a difference in my life.
That's it. Can I do anything for you? Small things matter. We live in our society today, and sometimes bad things just gravitate louder because of the media and everything else. And the good stuff doesn't get shown as much or hurt as much. But you're right, it is there. And we just got to keep the faith and keep doing what we're doing because we know, first of all, it's the right thing to do.
I don't know if you remember or not, but you've done that for me before. You've called me and or texted me to thank me for what I've done in the community.
Well, I'll tell you.
And that is like, when you have days where you wonder if what you're doing makes a difference, when somebody takes the time to say that to you, I think it's like a little God whisper, in your heart.
I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember when we first met?
Remind me.
Okay. We were doing a beach cleanup.
Oh my gosh.
Out at Shell Island.
Yeah.
You
and my husband was laughing.
Yeah. And George, who could barely walk. Lord, we had a blast that day, didn't we?
That was so much fun. And all the boys wanted to date me.
They
asked you if they could take me to the movies, and one of them wanted to marry me. It was so precious.
I know. But anyway, we cleaned up. We got a lot of trash off the beach, but it was a day of servant, and doing. And that's the little thing you can do is just, don't focus on us, focus on others. How can we help others?
Yeah, that was so cool. I need to do that again. That was really a memorable day in my life. And Hugh and I remember coming home with my husband, and he was such a man of honor and of kindness and of grace to others. And I remember when we came home and talked about it, he said, we're so great. We're so fortunate.
We are. We're
so fortunate.
And we have so much to be thankful for.
And it felt so good to do that. So that would be my encouragement to people. So one of the things that y'all have too, y'all have the Bay House.
The Bay House.
Now, how long has that been in existence?
We opened it. Grand opening was in January. We had our first residents come in March.
Okay.
Now, year and 15, 16 months. Let me share this with you real quick. And please hear me, because I can tell you about all my ideas and all the visions and everything else, but just know who gave me that. And it wasn't me. It was our Lord and Savior. So the reason why we wanted this home was because I know, and it still happens today, is that for those that live in, and I hate the word group home, it's cold. Ours is
sounds like it's a horrible place to be.
Is a residential home. And so many of those individuals that live in a home, they don't get out much. I mean, when they leave our day program, which is Monday through Friday, 9 to 3, and they get back, that on nights, weekends, we take them to church. We take them to, you name it. We take them up to Youngstown to the flea market. We get them engaged. They do golf with Special Olympics. They are actually in the community. It takes money. I'll share this with you. And when I share this, please understand me, God is always good, but we live in a challenging state. Our economy ranks 15th in the whole world, but yet we rank 44th out of 50 in what they provide for providers like us.
So is what we're given. And that's people need to hear that.
In our programs. So let me give you an example. That home, we knew going in was going to be a challenge. We got a $100,000 grant for the Impact 100 ladies, and you heard about
I'm part of that.
Okay,
yeah, proud.
So we're still down 85,000. Yeah.
Wow.
Think about that. Now, how many people would go in business today knowing that you're going to run into struggles with that? No, a business owner wouldn't. Were you crazy?
I don't know. I've been there for 3 years.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, but you
But
know,
knowingly do it.
yeah. And that's why I go back and say, God, okay, God, I'm a doer. You made me. I'm driven. Hopefully, for all the right reasons. But it's challenging. It is challenging, and it is frustrating. And you said, okay, God, I don't be negative. Keep me going, keep me going. We got about a 2% increase. I did the math on the numbers for our adult day training program, our transportation, and our Finch home. And that's going to come to about between 20 and 25,000 in total revenue forecast. We got minimum wage coming up. Minimum wage is going up $1. Well, the average employee works 28 hours. Do the math on that with that additional dollar. 30 some odd employees, do the math, that 2025, it's still not enough. And when you're at 44th ranking, we appreciate it, but it's still not enough. And so I go back and ask that question, and I struggle with it. Help me understand. Help me understand why that's acceptable.
Yeah. Help me understand how we are the most abundant, one of the most abundant
states,
but yet we're given less. And I always tell huge stories, but my husband had this philosophy that when we were at a point in our careers when it was down, he said that was the time we should give the most.
Exactly.
He said that we need to step out in faith because there's something that, and again, I don't want to sound hokey. And I think this works so well that when you stop thinking about what you're getting, but focus on what you're giving, God and all the powers that be come to your rescue and provide the things you need. It just works. It works. And I'm hoping that people that hear this podcast will know that whatever you can give, if you can,
it all adds up.
You can give $5. If a whole bunch of people give $5, $10, whatever, and we're going to make sure we put on the show notes how they can give, so we can do that.
We have it easy. You can go to our website. You can go to the donate button. You can go on and create a monthly donation of $5 a month. Whatever you feel. I always say, take care of your church, take care of your family, everything else. Then give what you can give. But put it to whatever God puts on your heart, $1 a month.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. Hey, I do want to share this with you real quick because I'm excited about it. August the 8th. It's a Saturday. Pineapple Willie's, this whole summer. Every Saturday in the summer, they do beach cleanup. Well, that Saturday, August the 8th, is the Ark of the Bay's beach cleanup.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to join y'all again.
And that day, for everyone that shows up, they give $10 back.
Okay.
To the agency. So if shake the bushes, get everybody out, it makes a difference. And of course, the fireworks, it was huge. Hopefully a lot of it's cleaned up by that time. But yeah, it's another servant way of being able to do something for the community and yet also being able to come back to not just our Saturday, but like I said before, they're doing it, I think, to the end of August. So, every Saturday morning, 8 to 9, I believe, go out, support this community and support the nonprofits.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Pineapple Willie's is so amazing. And of course, Pine was the one that did started Beach Cares.
Exactly.
Beach Cares.
Absolutely.
And I was on that board forever. And and he continues, his legacy continues. And I want to mention legacy in just a minute before we go. But I do need to stop a minute and thank a couple more sponsors.
Sure, absolutely.
So if you think my hair is cute, which is kind of different and weird today, but Hue Salon's responsible for that. They were one of my first sponsors when I started doing the new method and everything. And they've been so kind. They'll even give me, in fact, they're going to be, some of their products are going to be on the basket that I give to y'all.
Oh, okay.
See, I do my favorite things basket from Be Sweet Y'all, which used to be Happy Beep. Now it's Be Sweet Y'all. So people can say my name in church now. You can shout, whoop, whoop. A name your mama's proud of. You can tell your grandmama, you know what I mean? All of them. Yeah. But Hue Salon's great like that. And I'm going to get my other sponsors like Minutes and Miles. And I'm not sure if you eaten at either Ferrucci's or something's cooking.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, when you go see them, thank them. They are sponsors of my podcast.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
The lobster ravioli. Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Yes.
At Ferrucci's?
Ferrucci's.
Oh, shut up. Now, I get I get the grilled shrimp on my salad a lot over there. They've got great soups, great pizza. I
It
mean,
is.
really good pizza. Now, and if something's cooking right around the
Yep.
corner, they have cooking classes.
Oh, they're great.
And I love their muffalettas. I am
Okay.
crazy,
I
and the
never.
beet salad. I'm just crazy about muffalettas. But I love that I have hometown, local people that are supporting this endeavor.
Mhm.
And
It
so
is.
it makes my heart happy when my podcast listeners and podcast guests go say, thank you for supporting
Absolutely.
Care and Intermission.
Absolutely.
Because it's not, this podcast is all about just making the world sweeter
Mhm.
and teaching people to love each other, be kind to each other, and give from your servant's heart.
Absolutely.
That's so important to me.
It is. It is. It is. Local market focused.
Yeah.
Just doing what we need to do to make a difference in our own community.
Well, now, how about, I want to tell you something that I want to share with you that I think is really cool. And you
Okay.
mentioned, do you mind me telling you about you're 65?
I'm 65.
Yeah. Well, I'm 67.
Oh,
I'm
woo.
just getting started.
Good. Oh, good.
I'm just getting wound up. So I heard something on a podcast the other day that I just love, because I say this all the time in my talks, and I'm about to speak to the Rotary Club again. Well,
Yep.
you're the one that asked me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So we got to figure that out. So I'm speaking at the Rotary Club, and I'm speaking to this other group, and then Panhandle Educators,
Yeah.
quarterly meeting, whatever. But one of the things that I want to talk about is I think a lot of times people, as they get older and they retire, they think they're done. No, sirree, Bob. If you retire from one job and you have something in you, you need to continue giving to the world.
Absolutely.
100%. Because if you don't,
It's
you're
lost.
going to be horizontal.
Oh, absolutely.
You're going to be horizontal. They have
Absolutely.
proven over and over, if you stop living, stop giving,
It's
you
going
stop
absolutely.
living.
Absolutely.
So,
And you have something to offer.
yeah, so this is so cool. So Jim Collins said, he's the one that wrote Good to Great, and then he wrote another one that I've just started reading, can't remember the name of it. But he said he's 60. He said, when you hit 60, you have now finished your warm-up. It's time to get going. And he said, don't confuse the need for a break as a need to quit. Don't confuse a need for a break as a need to quit. So, and then he said something about legacy that I thought was so cool. We all talk about legacy this, legacy. We want to leave a legacy. Well, how about just doing what's put before you that God has put in front of you, then you will have a legacy. You don't have to
Absolutely.
think about it. So, because we're living longer now. We're living longer now, and we got more we can do with our lives. But this is what Jim Collins' wife said. He said, it's a waste of time to think about your legacy and how you want to be remembered. It's self-centric and distracts you from doing what is right in front of you. And besides, you won't be around to enjoy it anyway.
Exactly.
In thinking about that, 2 questions. How long have you been doing this? And what led you to do this? And why do you continue to do this?
I'll try to be as brief as I can. I was in corporate retail for almost 25 years.
I think I remember that.
It was with Sears Roebuck and Company, and I left in 2004. And I was at that point when it was a wake-up call. And I have ADHD with no meds, and I drive,
Same.
But it was a wake-up call that I was selfish, living for me. And my brother, the minister, Terry, he said, Ron, be still and know that I'm God. Surrender. And so I prayed and prayed. I got on my knees and said, God, it's going to take a 4x4, not a 2x4, and to get my attention. And so I took a job that 2 amazing ladies, back when I was the store manager there, they were with the Junior Service League, Laura Griffiths.
Yeah, love her.
And Tammy Trumbull. Anyway, I helped them with back-to-school clothing. Anyway, a board member also with them was on the board for the YMCA. And it was, they were like the New Orleans Saints, which I'm a diehard fan. They fumbled the ball more than the YMCA did here locally. And so anyway, they said, hey, you helped us with us. The YMCA needs a job. We'll help if you'll take that job. No benefits. Here's a flat salary. And so I took over the YMCA. Their annual revenue was $94,000. And I was there for 2.5 years. And when I left, we were at $450,000. And remember, it's not me. It's all God, I promise you. And I knew we'd reached the point where it was now to go to the next thing. I worked for United Way for 7.5 years. I still thinking I knew what I was going to do, right? I mean, and I always hope and pray that if anybody ever sees my work ethic, in other words, they see me, they know my work ethic, and they know I'm results and I care. And so anyway, the St. Andrew Bay Center,
Yeah, which it used to be.
DBA, and it will always be, but DBA, the Ark of the Bay. When I left United Way, they said they would like for you to come to work for me, with us. And so I did. And it'll be 11 years this September. And say I have a brother. He's passed away. He was 65 when he passed away. He had cerebral palsy, and he was hearing impaired. And his life was always good. Yes, he struggled. But when you look at what our family was able to provide for him, and knowing what others that may have not had the family setting that we had.
Right.
So while he had struggles, he had a good life. But here's my why. And how I got to where I'm at today was God. And
being open to what he wanted you to do.
Oh, yeah, because there was one time I was working 2 jobs, and I was blowing at both ends. It was by the old airport. And I said, God, I don't understand. I said, I got people praying for me. I'm working 60, 75 hours a week doing 2 jobs. And I got the call to go to the Ark of the Bay, St. Andrew Bay Center. And I had worked there prior and then left. And the board saw my work ethic when I was there as their communications and development director. And anyway, they said, hey, you're going to have to interview for the job. I said, that's all right. Just give me the opportunity. And it was nothing but God. And when I got there, our annual budget was $1 million. And we average now about 2.5, 2.7. But it's all strategically based on objectives and goals for those that we serve. We run transportation now. We have the culinary program. We have a home. I'm excited. In August, we're going to officially announce, and at the Fascia Show, we're going to announce it. I've been working and trying to figure out how we could pull some things off, working with FSUPC. They have an autism program that's for children, and it's the #1 program in the nation.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So I think like this, if we can have the #1 autism program for children in the nation, why don't we have the same thing for adults?
Absolutely.
And so I'm excited to share that we went after a grant in partnership with FSUPC Autism Program with St. Joe, and we got a $25,000 grant. So their interns will be coming in, working with our teachers, direct support professionals, working with those that we serve.
Wow.
And so that we can be more proactive instead of reactive when it comes to behaviors, ABA, and autism, and really getting a little deeper dive into our programming. We have 250 people in Bay County that are on the wait list.
Wow.
Now, what that wait list means real quick is the state acknowledges that you have an individual with disability, but we have any funds for you yet. And the average wait list is 7 years. Anyway, I'm thinking about that. You talk about that legacy. I'm trying to put things in place that's going to be after I leave.
Forever. Yeah, lasting forever change.
And trying to look at the future. So anyway, and I always, I really, God, that I'll retire at 70. And if God wants me to retire at 70, I will. But right now, I shared with the board that my goal is to retire in 22 months. God has put a wonderful, godly lady in my life.
I know.
Getting married in August.
I know, I'm so excited.
I know. And so, but I'll still be busy. And I'll still hope be doing something with the Ark of the Bay. But yeah.
Yeah, I've been living vicariously through y'all. Yeah, I've been looking at their pictures, and y'all remind me of me and Hugh.
Oh, but
now,
that's a
Hugh
compliment.
was not as vocal as you and not as out there as you because he was a little more bashful, but he was so proud of me, just like you were proud.
Oh, I am.
You were so proud. And it's so beautiful.
We're equally yoked.
That's so beautiful. So were me and Hugh. It was so perfect.
And it's when you know, you know.
That's so cool.
Matter of fact, we'll be volunteering with Awanas tonight at the church at the beach. We are engaged.
Oh, are they doing the singing thing that they do?
That was the first Friday.
Okay, yeah,
But we do Awanas on Wednesday nights and so forth, and working with kids.
Yeah.
And we're deep into our church. We love Jay Powell. We love our ministry. The whole team there are just awesome.
It's a great group of people.
It is.
I have several
great.
friends. My brother goes there.
Yeah, he
Greg.
does. He
Greg
does.
there.
Yeah, absolutely.
My little brother.
And so, we're also on the baptism ministry, and these things that we're just trying to do what we're supposed to.
Well, you give me hope because my sweet, precious husband's been gone. It'll be 8 years, July 27th. And I have not even thought about entertaining. But when I see people like you and, and I go, maybe, maybe God's got a nice, I'm not interviewing y'all. I'm not interviewing right now. Yeah. But it does give me hope, and it's fun to see that, because it's been when was the last time you were married?
A year ago.
Yeah.
I divorced into July.
That's right. That's right. And so God blessed you.
Yeah.
I mean, what a blessing.
It was a blessing. And my prior marriage, things didn't work out as great. We moved on.
Good humans.
Yes.
Good humans.
Yeah.
Good family.
Yes.
Good humans. Good
Exactly.
sons. Good. Yeah.
All the best to everyone, and three awesome boys.
Yes. I met one of them the other day.
Yeah. Addison. Yeah. And you never know. God moments, the timing and what have you.
You don't even see coming.
Yeah. So
don't even see coming.
Matter of fact, we joke because when we on our first date, we were talking and everything, and next thing it just clicked and so forth. And she said, "Do you remember what you said to me on the first date?" I said, "Heck no, I was a nervous wreck." She said, "You told me you weren't going to get tied down."
Oh my gosh! My husband said that to me.
I said,
"Sugar, run."
I know. She said, I said, "I don't even say that." She said, "Do you know what I said?" I said, "No." She said, "Me either. I'm not going to get tied down." I said, anyway, but it did. It just clicked, and
that's awesome.
And when you know.
And that's so cool.
And at our age,
that's beautiful.
We talk about it all the time, but it is so true. Every day is a gift.
It's such a gift.
And live it to the fullest. Kyle Busch, my favorite driver in NASCAR, he won a race 2 weeks before his passing. Mm-hmm. And he said, you never know when your next win's going to come.
Yeah.
He was so joyful and so forth. And we don't. God does, we don't. But we ought to serve others.
Just enjoy it while we're here.
Serve others, enjoy life, and don't miss a minute.
That's cool.
It is.
That's so cool. That is a great way to. I think before I go, we're going to put all this stuff in the show notes so people know how to give. Do you have any parting words before we sign off on Be Sweet Y'all today? Anything you want to say that you didn't say that you feel like was left unsaid?
No, here's the thing. Thanks for you being you. Thanks for you being you. Thank you for your support within the community, within the chamber. Thanks for being a voice. And you give hope. Because let's face it, because we all we're all battling. Every one of us, we are.
Yes, we are.
We're battling something. And so sometimes you just never know with what you say when someone's listening says, bam, I got it. Mm-hmm. I got it. And everyone needs hope. Everyone needs faith. And so thank you for what you do for our community and supporting it.
Welcome. Makes me happy.
Yeah.
Makes me super happy.
But I do want to share this with you. Here's one of my favorite sayings. Run the race even if you don't even have a chance to win. Get on the track, run, and be you. And just enjoy.
You might inspire somebody else to run the race.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, that is a great place to end. Y'all, thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you for this community. Thank you to my Heavenly Father. Thank you to Ron. Yeah. Thank you.
I got one more thing.
Okay, come on.
Hang on, real quick.
Bring it on.
Okay, my ADHD. I'm not getting locked down. I said tied down earlier. Okay, because if she's watching this and she'll watch it and she'll say, "Well, how did you mess that up?" I'm not getting locked down. Okay.
We need to have a part two because I think we need to bring Julie on because I'm telling you because Hugh. If I told y'all some things that Hugh Smith said before we started really dating,
Yeah.
I'm going, why did you stay around? Because he was making sure I knew that he was a bachelor. He
Yeah.
wasn't interested.
I was going to be a player.
Yeah. Oh,
She told me that. Oh, you were going to be a player.
y'all, okay, y'all heard it right here. Y'all heard it right here on Be Sweet, y'all.
Oh, Lord.
Did you said Ron was a player? You're the right, good kind of player.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, I thank you so much, and I've enjoyed this time with you so very much. I know others will too. So I'm going to end by saying, be sweet, y'all.